Alright boys, so today basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going over the best budget beasts in MLB The Show 20. Now these are guys that will be in your God squad, and honestly there are two of these guys on this list that are towards the top end of this list. They make my God squad. They're absolutely amazing. So just because they're really cheap right now, the market's absolutely crazy. There are really good 99s you guys are probably overlooking, and basically I'm going to be going over all of the glitchy, really good swing cards and the cards that play above their stats. And some of these cards even have insane stats, so we're going to be going over this. Before we get into this video, if you guys want to hit that like and sub button, I'd really appreciate it. And let's get right into the honorable mentions. Alright, so our first honorable mention today is actually going to be Eric Gagne. Now, he didn't make my bullpen anymore because this guy, he's very good. The only thing about this card is that he's just been getting absolutely destroyed lately. I don't really trust him anymore. And as crazy as it sounds, I can't pitch someone that I don't trust. He did good in 41 innings. He has a 3.7 ERA. And the thing about it, I just feel like his Vulcan change and his splitter look exactly the same. This dude absolutely misses spots for me. So he's an honorable mention. That's why I didn't make the top 10 list. But definitely a good card. If you look at these guys per nines, it's pretty much maxed out. I mean, max hits and Ks per nine. As you guys know, home runs per nine don't matter this year. So this guy's pretty good. His control isn't the greatest. That's what hurts this card. But he was really good earlier in the year. I think that he's still pretty much a viable card that a lot of people can use in their lineups. He's going for about 10K right now. You can get him for as low as about 6. So he's definitely a budget beast. Our next honorable mention is going to be Josh Naylor. Now, Josh Naylor, he kind of rakes a little bit, and that's why I put it. I wanted to have a power bat in this. And the thing about Josh Naylor is that he's honestly overlooked, and a lot of people don't really think about this card. 117, 118 power, right? So his stats against righties are absolutely great. Of course, he falls off against lefties, but he has a really good swing too. He can play left if you need it, but I wouldn't recommend it as he only has 70 fielding. At the worst case scenario, this is a very good budget beast bench bat. So I really like this card. I think he's absolutely great. So Josh Naylor definitely deserved to make this list. So our last honorable mention is actually going to be Dinelson Lamet. Now, Dinelson Lamet, he's a good card. You know, he kind of shoves a little bit. He did okay for me in the event. I feel like this guy is definitely 100% a budget beast. He's pretty cheap, and if you want to get him right now, Dinelson Lamet's only about 10K. You can put in a sell now for about 7K. He does the job. He has pretty good per nines, and he has some good off speed. The only thing that I don't really like about Lamet is I feel like his fastballs kind of blend a little bit. I know his four-seamer can get up to 102, which is really great, but I feel like I don't really like having a two-seamer. I feel like if he had a sinker or a cutter, it'd be a little bit better, but he's definitely a really good pitcher because his slider's disgusting. He's got that changeup. His curveball looks different than all of his other pitches, so it's definitely a change of pace, but Dinelson Lamet didn't just quite make it, but he's definitely a good card that I'd use in my eyes. At the number 10 spot today, we have someone that I had to put on the list, and this is Luis Robert. Luis Robert is an absolute stud. He's just kind of a 5-tool player, and the thing about Luis Robert is that he's just good in every single aspect of the game. He hits lefties, he hits righties, he's got 97 fielding, and he's got speed. I don't know what else you want in a center fielder. Definitely for a budget buy guy, you can get him for literally 13K right now. This dude's an animal. I'd highly recommend it because he's honestly just all around good. The vision, it kind of lacks. That's why he didn't make it higher on the list, but definitely a great outfielder, one of the best defensive outfielders in the game. He's just a beast in center field. He's going to lock down center for you, and he's going to be a speed threat on the bases. He's also going to have pretty good pop against lefties, so Luis Robert is an absolute stud. At the number 9 spot today, we actually have Yordan Alvarez. Now, Yordan Alvarez, he deserved to make the list. The guy, he absolutely rakes. I don't know what to say about it. He just bombs baseballs, and he's been that guy for me literally all year. I mean, look at this guy's stats for me. He's hitting 405 and 210 ABs. He's been my bench bat pretty much all year. This dude is a stud. 36 tanks, and this guy in events, guys. I know he's an Astro, and the Astros are very, very bad. They cheat. They're crappers. But the Yordan Alvarez, he gets a pass. This dude absolutely rakes. He's done wonders for my team. If you're not going to pick him up and put him in your lineup as a budget beast, please put him as a bench bat. This dude has been that guy for me all year. I can rely on him. He's just an absolute beast. So the 9 spot, Yordan frickin' Alvarez. At the number 8 spot today, we got Travis d'Arnaud. Now, a lot of you guys are like, why isn't this card higher? And the thing is I don't like this card. I don't hit him with him well. He has reverse splits. He rakes righties, but he cannot hit a lefty. Defensively, he's pretty good. I mean, defense and catchers doesn't matter that much. That 47 speed hurts, But Yasmani Grandal has 6 speed and is an absolute demon. So Travis Denard is an absolute stud. I love this card to death. He definitely deserved to make this list. So at our number 7 spot today, we're going to have Ronald Acuna. Ronald Acuna, he's just an absolute beast. The thing about this card is that he plays way above his stats. I know his stats look very underwhelming. I would have liked to see him not give him 51 vision, but 51 vision, it doesn't really matter this year. He's got pop. He plays above his stats. He plays great defense. I had to put him this high in the order because I honestly really like his swing. I think his swing is really, really good. I think this card has a lot of potential. Obviously, he's a beast in center field with that 99 arm strength. He's one of the best defensive center fielders, probably other than Luis Robert. They kind of go hand in hand. The reason why he's above him is because he's got a little bit better speed stats. And the thing about Ronald Acuna is just, if you knew this card last year, he played very, very good. And I like him just as much this year. I think he's very good, very underrated. Don't really look at those stats, but the swing, he plays above him. He's a pretty good card, and that's why I made the 7th spot. At the number 6 spot today, we have a guy that I actually am about to add to my bullpen. I ended up just buying him. It's a lefty, and it's Brad Hand. Now, I have haters, so I'm a little bit skeptical about it, but this card, he's pretty good. I like his pitch mix. I like that he has the slider as a primary for a lefty. I kind of like this. I really liked Amir Garrett's card earlier in the year. I know that sounds a little bit weird, but this card was very, very, very good, and I've been facing this card in ranked on Hall of Fame and on Legend difficulty, and he's absolutely filthy. Pretty much maxed out per 9s across the board. And I've heard he has really, really good control. He's got that 4-seamer. He's also got that sinker, though, that I really like. And that curveball, it is a great change of pace. This dude's going to absolutely dominate lefties, and that's why I think he's one of the best guys in the game. I think he's just a little bit better in Pomerantz. That's why he didn't make the list. I think that Brad Hand is one of the best budget lefties out of the pen. I think he's just an absolute stud. You guys should definitely try out this card. I'm going to be trying him out. I think he's very, very good. At the next spot in our lineup, we have Gavin Lux. So he came in at the 5 spot today, but honestly, this guy, he can go a little bit higher. Gavin Lux, he's a budget beast. This dude absolutely rakes. I cannot tell you guys how many times I have given up absolute taters to this guy. He is a left-handed second baseman with great pop against not only righties but lefties. The vision, it isn't bad. The 90 fielding is diamond defense at second base. He's going to be getting all of the great reactions and animations that diamond fielders get at second. I think he is a very good card. Definitely underrated. The 80 speed, it does the job. He's got a little bit of speed. He's definitely going to be able to run that gap pretty well, and he's going to be able to field that ball up the middle with 80 speed. I like this card a lot. I think he's very good. One of the best second basemen in the game. He also has a secondary as shortstop. You can try it. I mean, he's going to have 85 fielding over there. It wouldn't be the worst idea. However, I think there are better options at shortstop, like our next guy on the list. He's an Astro. I don't like him, but I think he's a very good card in this game, and it's going to be Carlos Correa. You can't argue with this guy's stats. I mean, simply, I don't like the guy. He is an Astro. They cheated. I hate every single aspect about that, but he rakes. I just get absolutely mauled by this card. And on top of it, not only does he have 116 contact right and 118 power right, but he's got 91 fielding and a 97 arm. This guy is the best fielding shortstop, pretty much. He's just a little bit better than Tatis. And I know a lot of you guys are going to be like, Tatis is better, but I swear Tatis makes some very bonehead plays at shortstop, and I've never seen Carlos Correa do it, so that's why I'm going to say it. He's pretty much a budget Tatis, and he might be just as good as the card that I absolutely grinded for. Of course, I love Fernando Tatis. He's not a cheater. He doesn't bang trash cans like Carlos Correa, but Carlos Correa, he's a great card. You can't argue with it, and that's why he comes at the 4 spot today. Now, we're going to get into the top 3, and these top 3 cards, when I say they are absolutely amazing, they are absolutely amazing. At the 3 spot today, this was very hard to choose, but I had to put my guy farther down there. He hasn't made my rotation, but he's my 6, and he is so good. It is none other than Forrest Whitley. Now, don't look at this guy's stats a little bit. They're not bad. 25 and 17, below a 5 ERA. You have to keep in mind that I'm using this guy in events. I'm using this guy in ranked whenever it's the early times, and on all-star difficulty, this guy's going to have a pretty decent ERA. And honestly, below 5 ERA in this game, it's not bad. But when I say that Forrest Whitley has the best and most ideal pitch mix in the game, I really mean it. His sinker, his cutter, the way that his pitches move and work together, it is just absolutely great. I love everything about about Forrest Whitley. I think he's one of the best cards in the game because simply his pitch mix just gets people off balance, and it's so good. I love Forrest Whitley in this game, and I think he's still one of the best starters in the game. Definitely someone that can make your rotation, and he's only going for about 10K if you put a sell now for him. I like this card a lot. I think he was one of the best pennant race rewards that's came in the game yet. This dude's just an absolute animal. At the number 2 spot today, we have none other than a guy who makes my starting lineup, Yasmani Grandal. When I say this guy hits taters, he goes Yabo. I don't know what to say. This dude is insane. He's got 14 tanks for me. This guy is slow as heck, but look at this switch hitting catcher and his numbers. They're all above 100, and he just plays above his stats. I don't know what to say. He has a great swing. This is on Hall of Fame and Legend difficulty. He's hitting 360. He's getting RBIs. He's got 14 tanks for me. He's got an OPS over 1200. I don't know what to say other than this. Yasmani Grandal is an animal. At the number 1 spot today, what you guys have all been waiting for, we finally made it. You guys probably guessed it by now. It's going to be one of my favorite cards in the game this year, Rogers Hornsby. Now, this guy is not leaving my second base spot probably all year. He has been so consistent since he came out as a headliner. He's hitting 320. He's got 67 tanks, and I mean, he's just really been that guy. I have 600, almost 600 plate appearances with this guy, so I've been using since day one. A lot of people are like, he has terrible defense, but he has not made an error for me literally all year. He's an absolute stud. We look at some of his fielding numbers, and he's just been an absolute beast. Fielding percentage is going to be 975. That's really solid. He hasn't really gotten that many bad animations for me, so Horny has definitely been that guy for me. I love this guy. I think he is the best budget beast in the game right now. You can pick him up for literally about 13,000 stubs, and I highly recommend it as he is one of the best cards in MLB The Show 20. Alright boys, I hope you guys enjoyed that video as I went over a lot of budget beasts. Now a lot of these guys are going to help you make it to World Series and higher ranked seasons, and they're honestly all really good players. At this point in the year, with the market being as crazy as it is, there are a lot of options for really cheap cards, and I highly recommend these guys. They've worked for me, so I know they're going to work for you. If you guys hit that like button and sub button, I'd really appreciate it. We got a stream tonight at 7 tonight, so don't miss that out. We're going to be grinding that new event, hopefully getting Lefty Grove. I don't know. We might even be buying Justin Verlander. It's going to probably do that. I also have Jake Arrieta, so we might end up debuting him tonight. I'll end up finding out on the stream. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one, and might be out.